Luck. Now there's a word that makes me laugh. You know why? Because it's the most beautiful lie ever told. It keeps you all on the edge of your seats, makes you think the world is playing some kind of game just for you. It makes you think you're special. But here's the punchline, folks. You're not. The gambler's fallacy. Oh, that's a delicious little mind trick, isn't it? It's the belief that the universe is keeping a secret ledger, keeping track of all your wins and losses, and that after enough failures, you're due for a win. You're not. You never were. And yet you cling to this fantasy like it's some kind of lifeline. You sit there at the blackjack table, roll the dice, and after every loss you think, well, I've lost 5 times in a row, so surely the next one will be the big one. You keep thinking that probability is your friend. But here's the dirty little secret. Probability doesn't care about you. The house always wins because the game is rigged, and the universe, well, it doesn't give a damn about your luck streak. No one's keeping score. Let's take our friend at the casino, shall we? Let's call him, I don't know, Frank. Frank's been hitting the roulette wheel all night. He's on a losing streak, but every time the ball lands on black, Frank's sure that red is just around the corner. It's got to be, right? After all, the wheel has been so unfair to him. He's already lost his paycheck, but his gut tells him the universe will balance things out. So, he doubles down. And guess what? The wheel spins, the ball bounces, and lands on black again. Poor Frank. There's no balancing out, no cosmic fairness, just the same odds every single spin, and his belief that fate somehow owes him is the cruelest joke of all. And it's not just Frank, is it? Oh no, it's everyone. You. You're all waiting for your big break, thinking the world has been so harsh, so unfair, so it must give you a win soon. Like it's some kind of cosmic karmic bank account where you make deposits of misery and withdrawals of joy. But that's not how it works, sweetheart. Life doesn't owe you a damn thing. The dice don't remember your last roll. The cards don't know you've been losing all night. They just keep spinning, falling, landing wherever they please, indifferent to your suffering. You see it in the lottery tickets, don't you? People keep buying them, week after week, losing again and again, but in their minds they think, I'm due. I haven't won in months, so this time's gonna be different. But guess what? It's not. They'll keep losing, and when they do win, it'll be just enough to suck them back in for another round. It's a cycle, a beautifully twisted loop that keeps you spinning and spinning, thinking you're one step away from breaking free when really you're sinking deeper. I've seen it in relationships too. You keep chasing the same kind of people, don't you? The same toxic types that always leave you broken, always leave you worse than before. But this time, you tell yourself, this one's different. Why? Because surely after all that heartbreak, the universe owes you someone good, right? Wrong. The universe isn't matchmaking. It's just watching you make the same mistakes over and over again, laughing as you think you're about to hit the jackpot. But let's get really personal now, shall we? Look at your life. Every decision you've ever made, every risk you've ever taken. You keep thinking, I've had such a string of bad luck. Something good has to happen soon. Maybe you've lost jobs, friends, money, maybe even your mind. And through all the wreckage, you're clinging to that idea that you're owed a win. You're not. Life isn't keeping a tally of your losses. There's no mystical scorecard that says you're due for a break just because things have been bad for a while. You want a story? Let me tell you about a guy I knew, real hopeful type. Let's call him Dan. Dan was a gambler, not just with cards, but with life itself. Took risks with everything. His money, his job, his family, thinking every risk would somehow pay off because his luck was about to turn. He thought, I've lost enough, so I'm due for something big. But life doesn't work like that. There's no payout at the end of a string of failures. Dan lost it all, his house, his marriage, his sanity. And even as he watched it all fall apart, he still believed the next roll, the next decision would be his lucky break. It never came. The house, life, took everything, and it didn't even blink. So why do you all believe in this fairy tale? because you need to, because the thought of life being random, chaotic, uncaring, that's too much for you to handle, isn't it? You need to believe that your suffering has a purpose, that after enough pain there's a reward waiting. But there isn't. There's just more dice to roll, more cards to flip, and the odds never change. But you'll keep playing, won't you? Because the alternative, accepting that there's no grand design, no cosmic justice, is too terrifying. So here's the deal. The next time you think, I'm due for something good, remember, you're not. The universe doesn't owe you anything. Life doesn't balance out. It just keeps spinning, laughing at your desperate hope while you sit there, clutching your chips, waiting for a miracle that's never coming. And that's the punchline, isn't it? You'll keep playing, keep thinking your luck will turn, even as you lose everything. Because you're not just a gambler at the table, you're gambling with your entire life every single day, and the odds, they're never in your favor.